Hi, and welcome to aluscavar.com and the Delaware Real Estate Quick Tips. Here's some top things to know if you're going to buy a home. Number one, don't buy if you cannot stay put. Right now, if you can't commit to remaining in one place for at least a few years, owning is probably not for you, at least not yet. With the transaction cost of buying and selling a home, you may end up losing money if you sell any sooner, even in a rising market. And when prices are falling, like right now, it's an even worse proposition. So if you're going to go forward and buy a property, you want to definitely shore up your credit. You're most likely going to need to get a mortgage to buy a house, so you must make sure your credit history is as clean as possible. A few months before you start hunting, get copies of your credit report, make sure the facts are correct, and fix any problems that you might discover. The rule of thumb is that you can buy a house that runs about 2.5 times your annual salary. But you'll do better to use one of many calculators available online to get a better handle on how your income, debts, and expenses affect what you can afford. When considering an area to live in, one thing to look for is a highly rated school district. In most areas, this advice applies even if you don't have school children. The reason is that when it comes time to sell, you'll learn that strong school districts are top priority for many home buyers, thus helping to boost property value. Another thing to look for when picking a mortgage, you usually have the option of paying additional points in exchange for lower rates. If you stay in the house for a long time, say 3 to 5 years or more, it's usually a better deal to take the points. The lower interest rate will save you more in the long run. Always get pre-approved before house hunting. Getting pre-approved will save yourself the grief of looking at houses you cannot afford and put you in a better position to make a serious offer when you do find the right house. Not to be confused with the pre-qualification, which is based on, most of the time, just a simple phone conversation. Pre-approval from a lender is based on your actual income, your actual debt, and your actual credit history. Do your homework before bidding on a property. Your opening bid should be based on the sales trend of similar homes in the neighborhood. So before making your offer, consider sales of similar homes in the last few months. If homes have recently sold at 5% less than the asking price, you should make a bid that's about 8 to 10% lower than what the seller is asking. Always hire a home inspector. Sure, your lender's going to require a home appraisal anyway, but that's just the bank's way of determining whether the house is worth the price you've agreed to pay. Separately, you should hire your own inspector, preferably an engineer with experience in doing home surveys in the area where you're buying. His or her job will be to point out potential problems that could require costly repairs down the road. This has been another Delaware Real Estate Show tip with Al Luscavar at aluscavar.com.